Well, hey everybody, John Ricklin here, and this is my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Japan Cup Night 5 event. The last three matches in particular are the reason I'm going to give this event a big thumbs up. 2.5 hours of really good action. Didn't overstay its welcome and served its purpose. And big thank you as always, Jim, for sending me that little C-Block trophy. I really do appreciate it. Poll somewhere here above my head. Please grade it there and leave in the comments what you guys think of how this second round has started. I think it's been a pretty good tournament so far. There's been a couple matches that have been hit and miss, but still, you're going to have that in any tournament, especially one with 32 participants. I do want to apologize for this review going up a little bit later. I had to sleep in, catch it on demand. Tomorrow, I have to work early, so unfortunately, I won't be able to watch that one live, but I will have that review up sometime in the afternoon. And then as far as Saturday and Sunday, and any of the other events, unless work suddenly gets in the way, I should be able to review those live, including the finals, of course, but I just wanted to update you guys on that. So anyway, let's get started with Kevin Kelly, Rocky Romero on commentary, and you get Taichi Ishimori, Bad Luck Fale, and Hikuleo versus Juice Robinson, Honma, and Yuya Uemura. Funny moment where Juice, instead of giving like any of his gear to the fans, he's high-fiving a whole bunch of fans, and that was really cool, but he gives his hat to Rocky, and the hat's way too big, and then gives his glasses to Kevin Kelly. Kevin should keep those, because that's actually a pretty good look for him. Not a bad match. It was what it was. Like, none of these guys are in, the tournament anymore. They've all been eliminated. Hanma did get beat up before, tagging in Juice. There was a lot of outside action in the beginning. Juice doing pretty well. Juice at one point had Hikuleo down, and Yuya's like, like all young lions, wants to prove himself. He's begging to get in. Juice is like, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do this. Tags him in. Yuya did pretty well, but then got beat up. Got some shots on Ishimori after Ishimori got attacked, but in the end, the label lock, which is actually called the high lock, because he's Japanese, I'm assuming that's the reason, and Ishimori gets a tap out, so yeah, I think it was pretty obvious Yuya was going to take the pin, but still, he's improving. A lot of these young lions are improving. I can't wait to see where they are a year or two from now. Just look at Shota alone. Shota and, Ren Narita are doing pretty well. But anyway, so that was what it was. Bullet Club takes the victory. And then we get Nagata, Hanare, and Nakanishi versus Makabe, Kojima, and Tenzan. And none of these guys are in the tournament anymore, as they've all, they've all been eliminated. And it was what it was. It wasn't that bad. It was a nice mix of, one youthful guy and, a bunch of veterans. But still, good stuff. Enjoyed it. You did get Hanare using Tenzan's chops, the Mongolian chops and stuff like that. That was pretty cool, because Tenzan then got him back by hitting overhand chops. And then, Kojima, and Tenzan just tagging up on Hanare. So he got beat up a bit. Kojima then, taking on Nakanishi and Nagata when they got in, and everybody's just having, big old schmaz and everything. Makabe got tagged, everyone got in, but in the end, King Kong knee drop to Nakanishi for the 1-2-3. So, not a bad six-man tag. A lot of tags on any of these undercard matches, because it's a way, A, to keep people on the tour, and B, also to, just hype up the cup matches. I'm really glad, compared to this time last year, that I'm more aware of how New Japan does their card setups. And I really appreciate all the people that do comment if I get anything wrong, letting me know, oh, hey, this is why they do this, or this is this. And I go, oh, okay, I appreciate that. Because let me tell you, keeping up on 2 wrestling companies and working a full-time job isn't exactly easy. So sometimes I might miss some stuff. So it's really nice that people are there to inform me. But anyway, we then go on to Elgin, Ren Narita, and Shota Umino versus Tetsuya Naito, Shingo, and Bushi. And, gee, of all the people in this match, I wonder who's going to take the fall. I wonder. It was Ren Narita. That's who took the fall, by the way. But not a bad match. Shingo, and Elgin battling, with some good strength and everything. Elgin clearly the stronger of the two. But Shingo, no slouch in the strength department. Shota, once Naito, he got in, and Shota's really proving himself. He has really, really improved in the last, just the last year alone. Just the last 6 months alone. Really think him and Yoshida teaming up in the, in World Tag League was actually really good for them, even though they didn't win a match. Elgin in again, battles more with Shingo. Narita got in. Shingo hits a pumping bomber, but just for 2. Narita does kick out. And then, it's a variation of the Gory special almost, where he's got the guy on his back and then, flops back. I don't remember quite what they call that. I apologize. But if you know what Shingo calls that finisher, please let me know in the comments. But LIJ picks up the victory, and that was nice. It's nice that apparently Shingo has not gotten pinned or been submitted at all in his brief run in New Japan. And it's going to be nice when somebody finally beats him, and hopefully maybe it's somebody like Shota, and Shota gets the rocket attached to him or something like that. It'd be very interesting. So yeah, it was a nice match. And then, by the way, Naito's still super over. Good God, the guy's super over. And then we get Minoru Suzuki and Davey Boy Smith Jr. versus Sonata and Evil. It's to hype up Suzuki versus Sonata, I believe on the 17th. I think it's on the 17th. Suzuki-gun taking control outside, all the weapon usage, tons of barricade usage, chairs. Thankfully no chairs cracked over the head. Evil did get beat up, Sonata got back in, and ends up pinning Davey Boy Smith Jr. after, a nice bridging pin. It's not like that was all that happened in the match. This was a fairly short match. Davey Boy Smith Jr. did have some good shots as well, but did take the pin. And I was curious what they were going to do, because I was like, are they going to have Evil do it, or are they going to give Sonata a bit, of a rub, like, hey, maybe he can beat Suzuki. Now, in one-on-one matches, I don't know. I got Suzuki beating Sonata, but the way this tournament's going, it's hard to tell what exactly is going to happen, because I had Juice going into the semifinals, and look how wrong I was there. But still, not a bad match, and Sonata picking up the victory was nice. And then we get Young Lions getting beat up afterwards, by the way, because Suzuki will not let that go, nor should he. And I'm not going to tell him to let it go, because I choose life. And then we get Lance Archer, Taka Michinoku, and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kota Ibushi, Hiroki Goto, and Will Ospreay. More just hyping up, a couple matches are going to happen in the tournament, I think those are going to be pretty interesting. It's Archer and Ospreay and Sabre Jr. and Kota. And I got Ospreay and Kota winning. So that'll be pretty interesting. They're on respective, I believe they're on opposite sides of the tournament spectrum, but still. If they got into the finals, it would be pretty interesting. Ospreay versus Ibushi, I'd take that. But that would mean Ospreay would have to beat Okada. Anyway, obviously, I did a predictions thing for that. I'm getting off topic. Ospreay and Archer battle. Good God. Archer just throwing him around like crazy. Ibushi got tagged, making it look so goddamn easy. This was another short match, though. Because after Ospreay had gotten beat up for a bit, after Ibushi got tagged, things did pick up. Everybody got in. Hey, I hit a move, you hit a move. Oh, and we're going to go outside. Hey, you two, finish up this match. And in the end, Taka Michinoku got hit with the GTR from Hiroki Goto for the 1, 2, 3. Because, of course, Taka was going to take the fall here. I love Taka, but he always seems to be taking the goddamn fall in here. I forget that Taka Michinoku actually has theme music of his own, because he rarely gets a victory. But it was what it was, and it was fine. And then we get Taguchi, Mikey Nichols, and Colt Cabana versus, or I believe as the announcer says, Colt Boom Boom Cabana. I don't know why that amuses me so much, but it just does. Colt, great guy to see live if you ever get a chance, by the way. I saw him at a Defy Northwest wrestling show in Seattle, July of last year. First indie show I ever went to. Anyway, but they faced off against Tanahashi, Okada, and Yano. And this was more hype for just, various matches that are going to take place in the tournament. And you kind of wondered who the hell was going to take the pin, since everybody's still alive in this tournament. You get some comedy with Colt and Yano. That was pretty funny about the turnbuckle spots. And, that's going to be interesting, because it could go either way. You could have Colt win, and he could shockingly get into the quarterfinals. But plenty more New Japan Cup hype. Everybody gaining some shots. Taguchi getting beat up some, but did get some shots in on Tanahashi, who's going to be his opponent later. Okada in, he does some stuff. It's a beautiful drop kick. Him and Nichols are going to face off. That's going to be pretty interesting. 2 Chaos members. Well, pretty much the Chaos leader and then the newest Chaos member. Okada's going to win that. I don't think there's any scenario where Nichols is going to win. Good God, that would bust my bracket up. But anyway, really good stuff. Everybody's in. Hit a move, hit a move, hit a move. It's Mikey and Yano in the ring. And then the Mikey bomb, Blue Thunder bomb, 1, 2, 3 pins Yano. So Yano takes a fall. Which is shocking, because you think Yano doesn't take that many falls in tag matches. He's had a pretty solid, I'm not going to say undefeated streak, but he's had a pretty solid win-loss record in just the time I've been able to watch New Japan live. And looking back on his career, he's had a pretty solid win-loss record. And you got to think, since he's 1/3 of the never openweight 6-man title holders, you got to think that maybe Mikey doing that, you get a variation of Chaos. Maybe you get variation of Chaos trying to take on, Yano and, Chaos, all that stuff. It just, the whole point is, maybe you get that happening. It would be very, very interesting. But, because interfaction war is never necessarily a bad thing. But The whole point is Taguchi's team gets the victory. Mikey getting a solid win. He's still going to lose to Okada. And then we get Chase Owens versus Yoshihashi. Really, besides Jado interfering and causing distractions, this wasn't a bad match. I always forget that Chase has theme music, since often he usually enters with teammates and doesn't win that many single matches, though he did beat Juice earlier in the tournament. He works on Yoshihashi's shoulder, the constantly taped up shoulder. Yoshihashi does come back with some good moves. But this is a lot of Chase beating Yoshihashi down, and Chase is like, hey, I beat the U.S. champion. This got to be a freaking cakewalk and everything. Well, in the end, Jado tries to use the cane, but Yoshihashi ducks out of the way, hits Chase on accident maybe, and then you had Karma hit, the big move from Yoshihashi, pin Chase for the 1, 2, 3. A pretty good match. Not great, I would say, of all the I'm probably going to do a top 10, top 15 New Japan Cup matches, from this year. Once the tournament's over. And the finals will probably be in the top 3, as they always are. But of any tournament, Best of Super Juniors, G1, all that. But I don't think this one's going to be on there. Now, it was a good match. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy to see Yoshihashi win. But it was kind of basic. And then we get Taichi versus Tomohiro Ishii to close the show. And boy, this was terrific. This was great stuff. Taichi really doing well. No Miho, though. That was unfortunate. But there were some great strikes, some outside action with chair usage. Shocking Taichi using a chair. He learned from Minoru all too well. There was a ref bump at one point. It looked like, Taichi might get the victory after a low blow, but that didn't happen. There were some more big moves. A lot of big strikes. Really a lot of big strikes here. And I mean, those throat chops just look so fucking deadly. But in the end, vertical drop brainbuster pins Taichi for the 1, 2, 3, and Tomohiro Ishii moves on. So far I got that part of the bracket right. So now we're going to get Ishii and Yoshihashi facing off to see who will go to the semifinals. It's going to be very interesting to see if Yoshihashi gets the victory. I don't think he will, but it'd be a nice way to build him back up. And we're going to see. B. I'll say B. It was solid. I was going to go between B- and B, but the cup matches kind of pushed that over. So yeah, I'll say B. But again, the poll's up there somewhere, or up there somewhere. It's in one of those corners. But anyway, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin, and again, the Thursday review will be up sometime tomorrow afternoon. I will see you soon.